cool, but it was never cold, and
Oh
just
wow.
it's a beautiful place, as far as that's probably my favorite place in Europe is Barcelona. And then
They did a good job picking it for the '92 Olympics. Then they
yeah,
really did
yeah,
a good job.
yep, yeah.
Um, Now, as far as being a Nigerian American, who's the toughest Nigerian player you've ever matched up with? Is it Ike Diogu or somebody else?
Hey, Big Ike, that's the big bro. Toughest Nigerian basketball player I ran into. Man, that's a good question, man. It's a lot of Nigerian killers,
Yeah,
man. And I hope
facts.
none of them see this and get mad at me if I don't pick them. Man, you caught me off guard with that one. Man, who would I say is the toughest Nigerian person, especially in my position? I would say the person is crazy because I actually do a good job of guarding Ike, but Ike is
Okay.
probably the most talented Nigerian out of my generation. Ike Diagu, like, can shoot it, can score it,
Lefty, yeah, yeah.
take it off the dribble, can score
Uh-huh.
at the rim. He
And
can
me,
rebound. He can defend on the block. Like, he
uh,
was the top 10 pick in the draft for a reason.
yep, yep.
It was not a fluke, and
Yes,
Ike
sir.
is a tough matchup because Ike could do a shot fake and then that sweet dribble. If
And
you
he's
let
a lefty.
hey man, he'll take you to the rim and dunk on you too, man. So Ike Diago is definitely, and he's still in great shape right now.
Oh,
He's
really?
he's what 30. I think Ike is 36 to 37, and he's in great shape. So big ups to Big Ike, man. Ike is a guy that always supports anything I'm doing, man. He supports it without, he doesn't even ask a question. It's just like, all right, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? So I love him for that, man. That's the big bro right there, Ike Diago.
Beautiful, beautiful. I hope that as far as like from the Ghanaian side, guys like Ben and Pops Mensa Bonsu, I'm
Pops,
hoping they're giving.
Pops.
Yeah, Pops. I hope they're giving back, to the young Ghanaian ball players because I get approached a lot by young Ghanaian ball players now, and they want to know, hey, what does it take to get to the U.S. to either play high school ball, college ball? And my thing is, I can only give you the limited contacts I have from briefly coaching high school ball, but I was a track athlete in high school, so
Right.
I don't know if there's that many Ghanaians, as far as Ghanaians that play professionally anywhere. So,
Your kids.
she's trying to get on my youth sports podcast, man. But, so, I hope they're giving back. With the Nigerian side, I know for a fact that there's a lot of Ghanaians, that have played pro ball to give back. I know a couple of guys. One used to play for the Trailblazers. He's a Prince. I think you're cool with one of his younger brothers. Nigerian American ball player. He played at Georgia Tech.
Oh, you talking about Rook? You talking about
Yeah,
Dave?
Alfred Aminu. Yeah.
Rook Aminu. Yeah, that's my guy. Man. If we all played around the same time, we all brothers, man. We're real close. We talk every day. We're real close, man. We check in on each other every day. We argue with each other every day. We debate. We problem solve. We try to find ways to make each other better, to make our communities better every day. It's not a day where somebody doesn't, say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And man, I love Farouk. I love Day. I love Al Wajid. The whole family, man. That's a great family right there. 3 great brothers. You know about the younger brother?
Yep,
The
know
younger
about the
brother
younger brother.
Yeah, he just graduated from North Florida. So yeah, they got it. They're all long, man, just long and athletic.
Gifted.
All long and athletic. Yeah.
How did it feel to represent Nigeria, on the Olympic team?
For me personally, that experience was not that good because I missed the opening ceremony for reasons out of my control. And then I tore my knee 3 minutes into the first game. So for me, it was like I didn't even fully have an Olympic experience. So I set my goal. My whole goal was to play in 2020. And even before they before they postponed the Olympics, my knee would never get healthy enough where I could where I could do it. But for me, it was not a very good experience, man. It's actually one of the lowest moments of my athletic career. Is
Oh
just,
no.
man, working so hard to get to the Olympics, man, having a big summer the summer before to get us to the Olympics. It didn't get to the Olympics, and I couldn't move, I couldn't jump, and then when I went for an alley-oop, man, it popped on me, but
Oh no.
everything happens for a reason. And what I'm starting to realize on the back end of my athletic career was I was meant to coach. If I was healthy, I'll still be playing. So if I was healthy, I'll still be somewhere right now, making a living playing basketball, just being completely locked into that. But I was meant to coach. I was meant to be a father more than anything else, which is something that it still doesn't make it easier all the way, but you have to get used to it to understand, hey, that's life. That's what it was meant to be,
Now, as far as coaching, what do you think are some of the barriers that our young ladies face during their pursuits of playing at the highest level they could possibly play on?
Well, I would say the first issue they run into is that there's less parity in girls basketball or girls sports because every girl doesn't want to play sports. So boys, even if you're not that good, you're going to pick up a sport. And as the numbers increase, the parity is going to get better because you'll find way more teams that are good because there's just more kids that play sports. So even if you're an athlete, like on a youth level, you might not be a skilled basketball player because basketball takes way more skill than other sports.
Facts.
You might not be a skilled basketball player, but if you can run and jump, if you're long and athletic, I can put you out there and still make my team way better than what it was before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so you'll see way more boys who might not be skilled or not have a certain level of talent that still want to do basketball, that still want to do a sport. Same thing with football. I might not have hands to save my life. I might not be able to catch a pass, but if I can run, jump, hit, if I'm strong, big, and fast, a coach will find something for me to do. But on the girls' side, there's a lot of girls that are tall, a lot of girls that are fast, a lot of girls that have size and might even have a little bit of rhythm to them, but they don't want to play sports because they think sports aren't, sports takes away from them being girly. The other factors that make them not want to play sports, because another thing I realized is a lot of girls that don't have a father influence in their lives, because who brings the sports around you? Your dad does.
Sure.
Right? So a lot of girls that don't have that father figure, they're more likely to not want to play sports. So that parity. So then what happens now is the parity kind of is way less parity. So you'll have more schools that have way more talent, and you'll have other schools where literally the kids just look like they picked them up from out the school. I mean, literally this year, man, playing especially in poor areas like inner cities. We played in the Detroit City League. You're from Cass Tech, man. We played schools where we beat teams 80-3. I think we won a game this year 93 to 6 or 93 to 7. And that's with us not trying to play hard. That's with us giving them a chance to be in the game, us not pressuring them and not being physically intimidating, and we still score 93 and they can't cross half. So that's a big difference.
Wow.
But if you go to boys' game, it's really, really hard to find a 60, 70-point blowout. Even if the team's not good, they're athletic enough, they're quick enough where they're competitive enough where they can at least go up and down, But there are way more girls who, my son, there are way more girls who needs to start playing sports. Who need to start playing sports, man.
Now, for your Lady Phoenix squad, how do you get them up to the level they're at now? Like, you have them scrimmage against some of the hoopers, like the boys, or they just play AAU ball and just growing up playing?
All my top kids on my team, like my top 6, 7 kids, all play highly competitive AAU. I don't get in anywhere. I let them play that. But we just, in the summer and the fall, man, we just had insane conditioning. We work hard. We work extremely hard. I coach and I train them like they're boys. Go back inside. I coach and I train them like they're boys. You know, I don't train them like they're girls. So we really push them. We put them in, we put them in really stressful situations so they can grow. You know, and when it's time to play the games and we get in the season, when they run into the other teams, they're like, man, we're playing such a high intense pace and they're not tired. And then they look at the other team, and the other team is grabbing their knees and girls go like this, and then they're like, oh my gosh, like we got the advantage over them, So that's the beautiful part about it.
Who's a threat to the Lady Phoenix usually?
Detroit Edison, that's the best team in the state. That's a team that's top 5 in the country. They're a top 5 team in the country, but that's changing. That's changing. Just a changing of the guard, in my opinion.
Okay.
Can you mind if I put this chicken on the grill while we're talking?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. So Detroit Edison, man. Detroit Edison had the best player in the state of Michigan the last 2 years, 2019 and 2020, and they're probably going to have the best player again. 2018, even though I think my kid is the best player in the state, but everybody else disagrees with me, which is fair. But, maybe I'm a little biased, but yeah. But
now with every coach that's been on the show, I put them on the hot seat, right?
Right. Let me hear it.
Now, since you're already grilling, you're already sort of in a hot seat. I'm gonna go easy on you. So,
all right, don't take it easy on me. Don't take it easy on me.
All right, I'm gonna put you back on the hot seat. So you're about 6'10", so
right.
The hot seat might be a little bit bigger at 6 feet 10 inches tall. So
right.
Who is the best player that you've ever? Who's the best girls player that you've ever coached?
That I've ever coached? I would say my sister, my little sister, Taye Bello.
Okay.
Taye Bello. Taye was almost All-American. Taye was Big Ten Player of the Year last year. She was Big Ten Player of the Year 2 years in a row. She had.
Was she in Minnesota?
Yeah, she was at Minnesota. Yeah.
Okay.
She was on the preseason power forward list. So I'm extremely proud of her and everything that she's accomplished. She's definitely in my opinion, the best kid that I've ever coached. But I have so many kids I'm coaching now that have a chance to be that next person.
Yeah. Final couple questions. So
now you got to ask me tougher questions than that. Now I think tougher questions than that.
Now, when you played at Lathrop, who was the toughest player that you ever seen or matched up against?
Ooh, my own teammate Jason Jones, who was Detroit Lion. He was a defensive end for the Detroit Lions. He didn't play college basketball. He actually played college football. That's how great he was. The better football player than he was a basketball. He was a better basketball player in high school, but he was a better football player in college. But Jason Jones, who was drafted by the Titans second round, he later on played for the Lions. Great power forward, can shoot it, can drive, dunked on me once or twice. But the other person that I probably ran into in high school that was really, really good was a guy named Rio. Rio played at Madison Heights. If it wasn't for a couple, he played overseas a little bit, but I think he never got to his full potential, man. Rio was a problem. Real versatile guy, can guard 1 through 5, about 6'6", 6'7", great defender, take you off the dribble, dunk